So today's episode, we're going to talk about PDA as it relates to same-sex relationships in the United States.
Hmm.
Sound good?
Yeah.
So
Must be interesting.
it is going to be interesting. So, babe,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Why is it such a big deal for you? Let's
Mhm.
say if we're out in public, depending on where we are,
Mhm.
to be cautious or cognizant of publicly displaying affection.
Yeah.
Because you know how I am. Like, I'm like all in. I want to touch you. I want to play
Oh
footsies.
my
I want to
gosh.
hug you. I want to touch your butt. Like, all of that. Like, but what's the big deal? Let's talk about PDA.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll start by just kind of sharing like when I came when I came out to my family. So that was 1990. No. Yeah. It was 1997.
Really?
1997.
Really?
Yeah. I was in the 7th grade.
Dang.
And I came out to my family. Um, Same sex relationships they weren't popular, they weren't trending. It wasn't like, it was still very taboo at that time.
Mhm.
It wasn't something that people just openly talked about.
Yeah.
Even, in and outside of church circles, it just wasn't the thing that you talked about.
Right.
But, you know, I just, I was just that kid. Like, and I was like, hey, mom, I'm dating Lindsay. Here she is.
Flat out, that's how you said it.
Yeah, well, my mom was in her room, and I'd been building up to it. And so I told my girlfriend at the time, I was like, hey, I want to tell my mom, like, today is the day.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so I was on the phone.
Wait, first of all, what gives you that courage? Like, you real bold. Ain't no way. Back then, you just like, okay, I'm gonna tell my mom. Like, just like that?
Yeah.
Hmm. That's how
I
you
mean,
are anyway.
yeah, that is how I am. But I think, like, one of the things is, I was a child for the most. I didn't quite understand the fullness of what I was
Saying,
saying.
okay,
Perhaps
yeah,
I
that makes
just
sense.
knew I like this girl,
Yeah.
and I don't want to hide that, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell my mom.
Okay, okay.
Like, and I didn't grow up in a uber religious household,
Yeah.
so I didn't have like any sense of fear or trepidation outside of knowing that society didn't accept it, but I
Okay.
didn't know how my mom would
Yeah.
accept her and us.
Yeah, that lack of religious pressure, that I'm sure that made it a lot easier. So,
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't fully appreciate that until I got older and I fully understood how like ostracized
yeah.
and demonized,
Right.
vilified,
Mhm.
people are who have same-sex relationships. But
Okay.
but yeah, so I came out to my mom, and it just wasn't during a time where it was popular and I saw kids get beat up and bullied for being gay, and I saw like really horrific things. And to an extent I was bullied as well. I was such like a well-rounded kind of a child, so I wasn't bullied terribly,
Okay.
but bullied enough to know that it wasn't accepted.
Okay. Okay.
um
So,
and so we never did PDA just wasn't a thing.
okay.
It just wasn't a thing, because if someone saw you, they most certainly was going to say something.
Okay. So from that, that kind of set the foundation of
Yes.
this is not quite right
Yeah.
from a societal
Standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like even high school sports, right?
Yeah.
Everybody know a couple of the basketball
Right.
girls is gay,
Yeah.
right? Everybody knows that, but
Yep.
no one says it outright.
Right,
And like
yeah.
during that time, you just did not say,
Okay.
yeah, Keisha like girls. Everybody know
Okay.
that, but nobody's gonna flat out say that,
Right.
you
Okay.
know. So I think it was growing up in a space of secrecy,
Okay.
like knowing that people do not inherently accept this,
Mhm.
so I need to hide it.
All right. So that's fine. I get
Yeah.
that. So fast forward
Yeah.
to adulthood.
2023.
2023 or a
Yeah.
few years before, where it's okay,
Mm.
like, to even get married. It's
Yeah.
now
Okay.
legal,
Yeah. Yeah.
so where were we, in Texas? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We're in Texas
Right.
at this restaurant. You
Yeah.
came to see me. I was super excited.
You
We
were.
sit down at the dinner table and I wrap my legs around your
I was
feet.
like, what
And,
the hell is going on here? What?
and
No, I'm gonna do a Tony Baker. What the hell?
and you were like, babe, we, kind
No,
of like,
like tone it
no,
down
you
a
gotta
little
tone
bit.
it down.
Yeah,
So you, of course, are always hyper vigilant
very
about
much.
your surroundings. Me, I'm
In general,
just, yeah,
like
general.
whether it's same-sex relationships or
Yeah.
not, I'm just a very hyper vigilant person.
That you are.
Yeah,
So me, I'm opposite most times.
very much.
I'm just clueless. I'm enjoying. I'm zoned in on you.
You're like, doo, 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 doo.
I'm in La La
Life
Land.
is great. And
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody about to blow this restaurant up.
So I see, I'm seeing good food, good people,
Yeah.
good times. What are you seeing in that moment?
I'm hearing to my right two gentlemen who are having a religious debate, right? So they're talking about Jesus. They are having this pretty intense religious debate. I wasn't clear what the debate was, but they were intensely talking about the Lord.
Yeah.
So that was that,
Okay.
right? So that immediately pinged, okay, I need to listen in because we're a same sex couple. We're in Texas and we're sitting next to two middle aged white men in blue jeans and polos. Button ups.
And we were at what kind of restaurant was it?
It was like this steakhouse cowboy type spot.
In Texas.
In Texas.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to this conversation. I'm fully aware of where we are. It's a predominantly white male environment. They're talking about church, God, those kinds of things. And we are two black lesbian females, right? In this space. So PDA for me is a 1000% no, because I don't want conflict. I want to have a good steak. And I know you felt very differently about it.
So I almost got mad because
you did get mad
because it's like, how is it fair that they get to enjoy their time with whoever they're with for the simple fact that they may be with somebody of the opposite sex, but we have to keep hidden our excitement or our affection for each other. Like, it just did not seem fair, especially when now it is legal to even get married. So it's like, okay, if laws are in place that says this is now okay, then regardless of where we are, you have to respect it.
No, I feel like there's fairness versus safety. Okay. I'm always gonna err on, and I say no, but this, I'm just speaking my opinion. Not that everything that you said was not valid. Yeah, but no, in that I'm always gonna choose safety over
conflict.
No, I'm always gonna choose safety over what a law might state or what society may be saying is cool for now. I'm always looking after our safety. In that particular space, I did not feel safe. I did not feel that we were safe to engage in PDA. I was not comfortable. I knew there would be an issue. I didn't know how that issue would manifest in that particular restaurant. But that was not the place. And I get it. Like, it's not fair, but I just kind of come from the perspective that life isn't fair. And, sometimes, like, I can't afford to live in La La Land. Like, I can't afford to, there's laws in places where we can get married. Is it widely accepted? Hell no.
Right.
Hell no. It's just not. And so there's like, okay, what's fair versus what's reality? It's like, okay, well, there's laws to protect us, but what's going to protect us if we get shot in this restaurant? Who cares if there's a law in place?
Right.
They may get locked up, but we're dead or shot up, and it's
Yeah.
just like, is it worth it
Yeah.
for you to wrap your leg around mine or for you to kiss me? In my head, no.
And in my head, I'm like, bring on the conflict. And I
I
know
just
that's
yeah, I
not.
just want to have my steak.
Yeah.
And I don't want conflict.
It's not worth
I
it.
just want to live in peace.
Mhm.
And if me living in peace means that I don't hold your hand in this particular space,
Yeah.
I'd opt for that.
Okay. So and I appreciate that. Like, I appreciated that conversation. Or
Yeah, I
you
know
bringing
it
that
was
up.
tough.
It was tough. It took. We probably talked about that for a good 15 minutes
If
before I
not longer.
buckled a bolt or budged at all with my stance. But I
And I
did
didn't
get it.
necessarily want you to budge on your stance because how you feel is important.
Yeah.
And like what you feel is righteously right.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I should be able to display, or have public displays of affection
Yeah.
with the person that I love
Mhm.
wherever I am.
Yeah.
You are 1000% like accurate in feeling that.
Yeah.
Like, but there's reality
Mhm.
and then there's safety.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If in that situation, let's
Yeah.
say one of the guys would have walked up to us and made some little comment, and I responded or reacted
Yeah.
with a smart comment back,
Yeah.
what would have been your feelings or thoughts?
At that point, we turning up because it is what it is at that point.
But
like,
your point is you don't want to have
hell
to
no,
get
I want to enjoy my steak.
You're just
I
a
mean,
foodie. That's
No,
why
I want to have my steak. I want my drink.
So you won't be hangry.
I want my
that's why.
dessert. I want all my courses.
You want all your courses.
I want all my courses in peace.
Speaking of courses, oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. No, we can't
Listen,
deviate.
Okay,
We
not
can't
gonna
deviate.
But
Maybe.
just know, my baby ain't gonna steer away from the course. She gonna get all the courses.
I'm at my appetizer, my drink, my entree, my dessert. I want
And
my
that bill,
snack.
That bill gonna be $200.
Oh my god.
All right,
I'm
but
ridiculous.
I digress. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm gonna fast forward to one more situation and we'll wrap this up.
Okay.
Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the conversation thus far.
And I'm so curious, to know, like, please share in the comments, like, do you guys care about what other people think when it comes to your relationship? Whether you're a heterosexual couple, right? Or you are a same sex couple, or however you identify. Please share in the comments like how you feel about public displays of affection with your partner.
Yeah, and for heterosexual couples who are listening, how do you feel when you see?
Yeah.
I don't like these letters.
Just
same sex couples out in public. Like, do you want to see some PDA?
Like, are you uncomfortable?
Are you uncomfortable, or would you?
That's a good question.
Like to see it? Yeah, because I want to.
Or do you not like
or
to
do you
see
care?
it, but do you care?
Do you care?
Like, if you see two girls holding hands, like, do you care?
Do you?
And if you do care, please share. Like, that's okay.
Or do you secretly want to be a part of the alphabet
Child.
community? It's great over here. I'm just saying. Anywho, all right. So fast forward to the what was the festival that we went to?
A festival.
The recent festival in DC. What was that?
Oh.
H-Town?
Street.
H Street Festival.
Yeah,
okay.
that was pretty dope.
So at that, in that environment, you were all up on your girl.
Okay.
So, I mean,
what was the difference?
What was the difference there? I already know your answer, but
well, we're in Washington D.C.
Okay.
Right, so it's a liberal place.
Mm-hmm.
People are far more welcoming and accepting of.
Yeah.
First of all, D.C. is like, I would say, outside of New York, it's another huge melting pot of cultures and people. Like, there are people from all corners of the globe.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who think the earth is flat and have corners. And it's just a special place. We have, I can't even just say that we have our spaces. Like, in some cities, you feel like, oh, okay, I can go to the district and, I could feel comfortable there, or I could go here, on this street and feel comfortable. But in the DMV, you can pretty much have public displays of
I
affection and don't nobody care.
swear,
Like,
I felt that.
yeah, it's like such a different environment. People are so eclectic,
Yeah.
so thoughtful,
Free.
so free,
Authentic.
authentic,
Yeah.
uh, learned. And when I say that, I mean like just people who are studious and who enjoy talking about policy and who are worldly, who are well traveled. So you have a different kind of person here. And so H Street Festival is all about fun. It's Afro beats. I mean, when I tell you, like, wasn't it diverse?
Oh my gosh.
Like,
it was beautiful.
Insert clip of Human Resources Susan, right? We're gonna put a little clip of this lady. She was absolutely getting it. So it's like it's a fun environment. It's like let your hair down, love who you love type of vibe, and so you feel that energy. So that's the other part that I didn't really talk about was energy.
Okay.
And I can read a room like crazy. And maybe that's a conversation for another day where I go into my background. But yeah, I can read a space. I know where I'm safe and where I'm not.
You definitely can.
And
I'll give you that.
yeah, and I didn't feel safe in Texas, and I felt incredibly safe at H Street Festival in DC. Like it was such a vibe.
Which is why you had your tongue down my throat. Not quite. But
wait, what?
no, it was a peck.
It was a whole peck. Like talk about exaggeration. Not tongue. Wow. All right.
All right, guys. So you want to wrap it up here?
Yeah, we
I think that's a good place to pause.
So, well, thank you guys for like hanging out with us.
Yeah, I think this was a great first episode. And of course, like my babe said, you want to say your name? Are we saying our names?
I can. I'm Summer. Hey, y'all.
I'm Deidre. Hey, y'all. Anyways, like Summer said, put in the comments, just your thoughts. Share your thoughts. We're open to, any type of comments you may have as long as they're respectful. And we just want to have a good time. We love open, free-spirited people.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Join the club.
I can't wait. There's so much to talk about. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, also, let us know if there are any topics that you would like for us to discuss. Again, we talk about spirituality, relationships, just a whole lot of different topics. Just
any and everything.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but okay.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. Till next time, y'all.
Peace.